Welcome to TBYT TV, in which we get weight loss motivation from biblical scriptures. Today's focus scripture is taken from Proverbs chapter 23, verses 1 through 3, which reads, "When you sit down to eat with the ruler, consider carefully what is before you, and put a knife to your throat if you are a man given to appetite. Do not desire his delicacies, for they are deceptive food." This scripture is packed with so much wisdom that it's going to take at least 3 episodes for me to cover it all. But in this particular episode, we're going to cover the first part of that scripture, which is when you sit down to eat with the ruler, consider carefully what is before you. So I want you to take that mindset that in this case, you are the ruler, since you're choosing what is good for you or not, what you're setting before you. So there are 2 considerations that I want you to make when you sit down to eat. The first consideration is the type of food that you're putting before you, because ideally the food that you're putting before you are those foods that are in harmony with the foods that God made specifically for the human body, which are those fruits and vegetables, some grains. Actually, I'll say some grains. He made grains for it, but depending on your body chemistry, you may be able to tolerate some grains better than others, and the proteins that he created for the body. Those are the type of things that you want to be sure that the majority of the foods that you're eating are those foods that are designed specifically for the human body. So you want to consider the type of foods that you're putting before you, that you're serving yourself. And then the second consideration that you want to make is the amount that you're putting before you. Now, sometimes when we put things before us, you have to consider the fact that 90% of the time you're going to finish everything that is on your plate, because many of us grew up with parents who insisted that we eat everything on our plate. So it's become an ingrained habit. Well, what you want to do is you want to work in harmony with that habit by being wise about the amount that you're putting before yourself, knowing that you're going to be driven to eat all of it. So on the flip side, you never want to overfill your plate, nor do you want to put an entire bag or an entire box before yourself, because then you're going to have to fight with yourself to avoid finishing it all. So you want to be sure that you're serving yourself the appropriate portion sizes every time. So for your action step, I want you to consider those things every time you eat as the ruler. Consider the type of food that you're eating, and then consider the amounts that you're eating, because both of these things are factors in terms of maintaining a healthy weight. So you want to be sure that you're always making those considerations, because then it will be easier to reach your ideal weight and maintain it. So I hope these 2 things are things that you are going to think about this week, and that you're going to make wise choices around them as the ruler. God bless you.